they don't want you to be better. Those people that you work with, those family members, those friends that make you feel like you're not good enough, or you're not doing enough, or you're not kind enough, you're not smart enough, whatever it is, they don't want you to be those things. So you might hear them telling you these things, giving you this feedback that you need to be smarter, you need to be quicker, you need to be stronger, whatever it is. And so you think to yourself, okay, let me find ways to be smarter. Let me find ways to be better. How can I be a better person in general? And you work on yourself and you build yourself up. They didn't want you to be better in the first place. They liked you where you were at because they were comfortable. Where you were at made them feel like they had the right to show how superior they are to you, to validate themselves and be like, I am a good person. I am doing, like, I'm better. I'm fulfilling my life. I'm a good person. If somebody has the chance to look at others and see that they're doing worse than them, it makes them feel good about themselves. They can think to themselves, it's okay that I don't make any effort to change or grow because look at these people, they're doing shitty, so obviously I don't need to change or grow. It's an excuse to stay the same and stop growing. So if they're convincing you that you're not good enough, they're doing it because they don't want you to be good enough. If they wanted you to be better, they would encourage you. They would say, you're good enough, I know you can get better. You're so smart already, and I know you can get smarter. They wouldn't say, you're not really good at this, you can't really do this, can you? It's causing issues, They would say, you're good at this, but I think if you did it a little bit this way, like, you could be better. Like, they would encourage you. They would genuinely want you to grow and become a better person. So if they're telling you or making you feel like you're not good enough, it's because they don't want you to be good enough. And you know what I say to that? Fuck it. You should go and be as good as you can be. Be as amazing as you can be. And if they can't keep up with your growth, you don't have to keep them around. Why would you keep people around who aren't growing or changing and can't keep up with you? If they have something to complain about, but they're not willing to make any changes, what's the point in having them around? What is the point in complaining if you're not going to do anything to change it? You want to complain just to complain? Okay, you're wasting my time. Leave me alone. You're wasting your own time. You like to complain? You just enjoy complaining? What a loser! What is wrong with you? If you notice something is wrong, why wouldn't you want to change it, fix it? Why don't you want to make yourself happy? And that's the core of the question. Why don't they want to make themselves happy? Why don't they just want to actually grow and change the way their soul is calling for them to? They don't think they deserve it. And that's not your problem. The way they see themselves, the way they see the world, is not a reflection of what you deserve and what you're going to have. Your life is worth so much more than the lives of people who don't do anything to take care of their own lives. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you're probably one of those people and you're getting triggered and offended right now because you can't imagine having to change. I once heard this girl say in a video, I can't remember who she is. If I could remember, I would tell you because she was so smart. She said, when you get that feeling of being triggered, of that rage where you need to defend yourself and prove that that other person is wrong about what they're saying about you, then that means that's your ego stepping in. If you're getting triggered, your ego doesn't feel safe because your identity, your false identity that your ego's been trying to let you keep, is revealing itself. Those people who get triggered at hearing things like this, if you're getting triggered, you need to go take a hard look at what is really going on and who you really are. Be honest with yourself because your ego is taking up the room right now. And if you're not triggered and this is really validating for you to hear, then I'm sure you've done the hard work to actually make effort to be better, and that when people present things with you that are problems, you solve them. You're probably a problem solver. In fact, I can't imagine somebody who's not a problem solver relating to this, because if you're not solving problems, you're staying stuck. Their ego is not the definition of you. The way they're treating you does not define you. The way they're talking about you, talking to you, does not define you. You know who you are. There's nobody who spends more time with you than yourself. You know who the fuck you are, so don't let anyone else convince you that you're someone who you're not. And if they are, obviously they're not someone worth keeping around. You deserve to have people around you who see you for who you are and appreciate you for who you are. You deserve to be in places where you are valued. I put my 2 weeks in today at my job. People who I was working with, who I will technically be working with for the next 2 weeks, but I've already emotionally and mentally detached, so it doesn't matter. However, those people, not every single coworker, but the majority of the environment, the overall feeling, they make you feel like you're not enough. They try to tell you you're not doing things good enough, you're not doing enough work, and if you prove that you are, oh, that's even worse. Then they start spreading lies about you, setting you up in situations just to make you look bad, literally setting you up in situations to make you look bad. I put in my 2 weeks today. I'm a shift lead. I had this coworker, I scheduled the shift. I'd asked her what chore does she want to do? Does she want to do prep or line switch? She said she didn't care. I gave her prep. It's the easier one. I was like, I'll do line switch, I give myself line switch. I was also already planning to do lobby because I knew the manager would not do lobby. Even though on the chore chart I wrote him as lobby, I was planning to do both. She didn't know that, but that's none of her business, So I'm going, rush slows down, I'm doing lobby, doing it all, and then she's all complaining about how she has to close line 2 and do line switch and do prep, da-da-da-da, she has to do all, I'm like, I'm doing line switch, what are you talking about? You're just doing prep. I'm doing line switch. Or if you already started line switch, I can do prep too, or I can close the line. I can even do it right now and stop doing the lobby if you want. Are you complaining because I'm doing the lobby first? I can do the lobby later and I'll do this right now. She's all, no, just do the lobby. Just do the lobby. I'm like, no, I can do it right now. She's like, no, don't talk to me. Just do the lobby. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you over it, even though I know you're feeling a different way. You have to advocate for yourself. I'm just going to get my work done. I go, and what I actually thought to myself is okay, if she wants to do all 3, she can do all 3, because she was putting herself in a position where it seemed like she just had to do all 3. She was just going to have to do all 3 no matter what I said. She already had to do all 3. I was like, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. So I go do lobby. I come back. I'm trying to send her on break, trying to help with line switch, but I also could tell she was in a bad mood, so I didn't want to interrupt what she was in the middle of. So I was just trying to help her along the edges and do as much work as I could, help things out. And I tried closing the second line. She said, no, we're not supposed to close it, you have to put it back. We're not supposed to close it, you have to put it back. It's okay. She ends up closing second line. She ends up doing line switch, which I helped with as much as I could, and she ends up doing prep. I'm like, okay, she wanted to do the work, she can do the work, whatever. I'm doing little side tasks, and then I walk past later. This is later, after she finished everything. I'm walking past and she's talking to the assistant manager, who is also her boyfriend's sister. So whose side do you think Jocelyn is going to take? Who do you think is in cahoots with who? Not that they planned it together, but that they talk the same shit together. Anyways, she's like, I had to do this, and I had to do this, and I had to do all 3. She made me do all 3, and I said, that is not true. I heard that, and I stopped where I was standing. I'm like, that's not true. I told you I was doing line switch. I was supposed to do line switch, and you just started doing it. She's all, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you. Saying that over and over again. I'm like, I'm not arguing. I'm discussing like an adult. That's what I said. And she said, fine, then don't talk to me. I said, fine. I didn't say anything. I said a little more because I was in the middle of talking and she was interrupting me the whole time. And then I stopped talking and I walked away. And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, this is not okay. I go to Jocelyn. I said, that's not fair because I was supposed to do line switch. And she just started doing it anyways. And I started explaining the whole situation. And of course, Jocelyn wasn't. She's like, don't get upset. You need to calm down. You need to calm down. And in that moment, I'm like, I already know that they're like family, basically. Like, she's not going to listen to anything I say. And it just snapped in me. I actually started crying. It just snapped. I wasn't like, I was so frustrated is what it was. Because it's just like, I have these two people who are making it seem like it's something it's not. Treating me like I'm somebody who I'm not. Treating me like I'm doing things that I'm not. Because they're setting that situation up in that way. And there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I could do. I had worked so hard to become as good of an employee as I could be. I had worked so hard to become as good of a person as I could be. And there's nothing I can do at the end of the day because they already wanted the narrative that they wanted because it made them feel better about themselves. And there's nothing I can do. So I cried. And I walked away. And then I started cleaning and I started doing stuff. And she kept coming and saying, like, Jocelyn, the assistant manager, she's like, come take a walk with me. I said, I can't talk to you right now. She came and said something later. I'm like, I can't talk to you right now. Because I wasn't going to talk to her. She's bullshitting me. She's full of shit, honestly. Like, both of them. And it's not just those two. Like, Jocelyn, I thought I liked her at first because she was kind, but I always knew there was something a little off. And she's just the fake kind of nice. And that's okay. That's her life. That's her story. But it's bullshit. And I wasn't about to participate. They can believe and do whatever they want with their silly little lives. I don't even want to work there. I don't even care about that. Like, I don't even care about them. Are you kidding me? I don't give a fucking flying fuck about either of them. They mean nothing to me. I mean, they're human beings, and they have that. I care about every human just for being a human, but beyond that, I don't care. I don't care what they think. I don't care how they feel. I mean, I do to an extent, but actually less than the normal average human because I know how shitty they treat me. And that makes me not care anything about them. Like an average human, I go off starting caring about how they feel and think. But then if they start treating me like shit, I stop caring. I don't respect them. I don't value them. I don't trust them because they've shown me that they're not the type of person that I can respect, value, or trust. The kind of person who I respect, value, and trust is somebody who is kind, genuine, honest, works hard to improve themselves and be the best they can be. Genuine, authentic, kind. I know I repeated a couple of those, but those were the most important ones. They're none of that. Those are rude people. And even when you pretend to cover up being rude by being super nice, you're still rude underneath at the end of the day. The thoughts in your head that you think about other people, that's who you really are. The thoughts in your head that you think about yourself, that's who you're making yourself become. And it's hard to control them, but we can control our thoughts. So if they don't even have the time or energy or effort to try and control their thoughts, why would I put any time or effort or energy into them? I spend so much on myself. I'm not talking money. I'm talking time, energy, effort. I am so high value because I put so much time, energy, and effort into myself. And if they're not doing it to themselves, but then they have the audacity to sit there and be upset that they're not high value, fuck you. Fuck you for being lazy. Fuck you for being rude. Fuck you for being as miserable as you can be and saying that you're just miserable because you are instead of trying to decide to be something different. It is not my fault that you don't want to be a better version of yourself. I made myself who I am. You're who you are because of your actions, and you're going to have to live with it. Okay? And I want you to listen to that. You're who you are because of your actions, and you're going to have to live with it. So what actions have you been taking? How have you been treating yourself? How do you treat others? What do you do? What do you spend your time doing? What do you think about? What goes on in your head? All the things that you don't show people. What's going on in there? That's who you are. Is that who you want to be? And if it's not, why aren't you making an effort to become the person that you actually want to be? I have spent my life, I've dedicated my entire life to being as good of a person as I possibly can be. So to see so many people out there not willing to put a single ounce into being a better person, like it's not even for me, it's for you. Why do people not want to be better? I don't understand why someone wouldn't want to be better. Like, you could choose to be better for your loved ones. You could choose to be better for the world. You could choose to be better for yourself. But why won't you choose to be better at all? There's so many reasons to be better. There's so many reasons to be better. Why are there people who won't choose that? Why would somebody not make any effort to grow and change and become like the best version of themselves? Why would somebody want to stay the same for years? We're human. We're supposed to be changing. We're supposed to be evolving every second of every day. If you feel like a new person every day, that's great. That's fantastic. That's admirable. We're supposed to grow and change and want to be better. I feel like it's the most important thing in the world. Everybody talks about how they want to make the world a better place, or they want to be a good friend or a good boyfriend, girlfriend, good mother, good father, but they're not willing to do anything about it. It's just a bunch of complaining. I want a better life. I want more money. I want a better job. I want better friends. I want a better personality. I want better humor. I want a better body. Be better. Then be better. Work on it. If you want something, go and get it. What are you doing? It's not that hard. Yeah, you're not instantly gonna change overnight. Go fucking work on yourself. It's not that hard. And it's embarrassing if you're not even willing to try. It's embarrassing, actually, at the end of the day. If you've been wanting to change and you haven't been able to do it, and you're trying to find that push, I want you to look at yourself and be honest. Because it's embarrassing that you're not even willing to try. It's embarrassing. Like, it's not even about valuing yourself. Like, you don't have to value yourself to want to be better. You could be better at anything. To make zero effort in being a good person, to make zero effort in being a good friend, to complaining and doing nothing about it, it's embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. And just like that, I've realized what the real subject of my YouTube video should be. Be better. Because like I said, I've spent my whole life working on it. I've spent every single moment of my existence trying to be better. Even if I was slow, even if I took the wrong method, I still spent every single moment trying to be better. And it's funny because I was so used to trying to be better that I didn't realize there were people who didn't try at all. And it's embarrassing that they don't. Obviously, you can tell how much I care about this. So if you're somebody who wants to be better, follow my channel. Thank you for watching. My name is Bella Elysian, and you'll hear from me tomorrow.